He's the only man I know, and probably the only man in the Guinness Book of Records, that lost his arm in a police chase. So please welcome to the Criminal Connection podcast, Mr. Chris Baker.
I grew up, lived in North London, Enfield, born in Edmonton.
The hood, yeah?
Well, it wasn't so much then. It was alright. I lived with my mum. I didn't really know my dad. We was just there. It was good. Like, my mum's nice, kind, nurturing woman. So I had a good childhood with them. My nan as well. My granddad, my auntie. We had a small family. Then he comes out and it's just a different dynamic. Like, obviously my mum and my nan and all that are straight goers, never been in trouble. This guy comes out, he's picking me up in stolen cars, I mean. And like, it's good, isn't it? When I was 8 years old, and that's when things like changed. It's different. He picked me up in stolen brand new cars and take me in his car. He'd tell me that the police are like bullies and to watch out for them and hate them, they're bully boys. And I remember like we was at the lights and the lights had gone green and the car behind bibbed to tell him it's gone green. He's jumped out, beat him up, and like it was just, I kind of like idolized that. It was 3 life sentences, and like that was when it like hit, he's gone. I didn't really understand the reasoning, but what I did notice straight away, instantly, the neighbours changed now. The nice lady at the end of the landing on the block that used to let me in and give me sweets and play, she's now chasing me, calling me the M-word, and she's putting rubbish on our door. The caretaker's moving funny. Like the whole neighbourhood changed because he was televised and they'd seen him and obviously didn't agree with what he'd done. And yeah, she was petrified. How many times she sat me down and had these conversations, but it just went in one ear and out the other, because what I did is I demonized the good and I glorified the bad in my head, and that's how I looked at the world. Like, being bad is good and being good is bad. And it was just, that's when it escalates, because you come in, you think, is that the worst they can give me? Right. And you go back out, and then I was just active. Like, I remember went to go and do a deal at his house, and we had to smash the front window, climb through the window, then we're in the house and he's got a knife, and then I'm pretending I got a knife because I didn't, and he dropped it. Luckily there was 3 of us, so, and then we just took all the drugs, and like, we're doing all these mad aggravated burglaries for drugs. And I don't remember this part, but I just woke, I look up and I'm in the ditch, but I went for a wooden fence, and it was like, they put metal railings now. There's a speed camera just past Thomas Rock Street, I think you probably know, in Cheshunt, just by the Lee Valley entrance, and they put metal railings. They used to be wooden. I went through them. There was like 4-inch by 4-inch wood, 3 slats of them, and this arm went through them. So as I've gone through down into this ditch, I'm laying in this ditch. I'd shattered my scapula, broke my pelvis, punctured both my lungs, so I couldn't breathe. Like, I broke 10 ribs, broke vertebrae in my back, I stretched the nerves in my legs. Not knowing that that's bringing up something that is triggered from before. So I'd perceive that disagreement as something, but it's really bringing up these emotions that I wasn't even aware that the root cause. So understanding that gave me the strength to not live my emotional life on the weaknesses of others, and then I was in control. So it was like hard, and it is hard to look at things and take accountability and work on it and go through it, but that's the only way to change the reactive and aggressive way that I was, in my opinion, how I was, is to understand it. And you have to go through it and look at everything and work out why that's showing up, and how you can work on changing that from showing up. You know, it's not easy. It's probably the hardest thing to do, like to actually say, well, I'm in control of this is my destiny, I have to address this. Yes, I've had things happen that wasn't my fault, guilt, because I was drinking. I had no one else to blame but myself. I hated myself. I was less confident. I was insecure, and I was more like, I'd carried knives before, but I'd never stabbed no one. But at that point in my life, it was like I needed that, because I'm still, first of all, I was in my house for 2 years, but like after that, I'm still like.
And we did have a little bit of a laugh, and we have talked about some life lessons, and we have talked about your experiences. And you know, I think what you've been through and what you've done and what you're now looking to achieve, I think is admirable. So